Morant here. I am going to be showing you my new Ghostcraft map. So, alright, let's get to it. So, let's start up here. This is one of the ghost spawns. This is one of the main ghost spawns, I think, is really gonna be what it is. This is probably where the ghost is gonna start off, like locate survivors, and then they're gonna go down and attack them. Earlier, I think in the screenshots it shows the ghost spawns as a block like this, but I changed it because the glowstone was giving off light and it really didn't give me a good representation of what the lighting would be without those things there. We're going to start off with the lobby. So this is the lobby. I might decorate the exterior, but for now this is all that there is. So unlike other some other lobbies, it's actually a bit roomy. It's got a lot of places that you can go. So this is the main hub. This is where you're going to be spawning, like right here, or like maybe like right here. So I just like put in this random room right here, and then like the main part is gonna be this parkour. I'm not very good at parkour, so I'm just gonna give you some sort of idea. So that's pretty much how you start up the parkour. I made sure there's pretty much no other way to start the parkour besides that, just so that it just runs smoothly. So that's a pretty difficult jump. I implemented a few of those, and then there's one over there. Basically, if you fall at one of those, you have to go through the whole thing again, which is a bit annoying. Yeah, not very good. So I'm gonna jump from here to here. There, like that. Did you see how I sort of jumped up and then I fell straight back down? That's because I hit the block underneath. Yeah. So then, after that jump, you'd go to this block. Yeah, like I said, I'm not good at parkour at all. That is a staircase because I found out that whenever you would make this jump, you'd sort of hit your head on the end. So I had to make it like that, but still preserve that like roof idea so that you can't. Sorry, lighting's a bit difficult to fly in here, but otherwise. I guess you could probably jump from there to there, but you're really supposed to just go to here. And then you just go over here. And then there's this little ladder parkour thing. This is actually pretty easy until you get to the last jump, which is actually one block higher. And what this forces you to do is, what this forces you to do is like jump up and have to grab it like earlier than this stuff. But when I made this jump, I made sure that it was above the first ladder so that because it's so easy to mess up, you really wouldn't lose that much progress in the parkour. You just have to go through this whole thing again and hope that you don't mess up. Like that. Alright. So I'll get to that later. So then there's so now you're gonna have to you always have to start up in parkour at this area. I had a little air space there just to be able to get some better lighting. Remember those roof jump things that I was showing you earlier? Well, that ladder above that is like the same thing. You don't want it. It might be a bit difficult because you're going to be hitting your head on the top of that. Let me just do this jump so I can show you that it is actually possible, because I keep messing up. I forgot to press shift. Alright. Yeah, as you saw, I just jumped to it earlier and that caused me to not make it because luckily, this is pretty much a checkpoint. So, because there's 2 floors. And then you get to here. So what I did here was I made this wall there so that you couldn't get too high. What you're gonna have to do is you're gonna walk up. You're gonna have to run off of it, and then shift and get onto that, which is actually a pretty difficult thing to do. Like that. And now from the bottom, what you gotta do is you gotta get up like this. Like, it's sometimes you go down and sometimes you go up, which is like why I like this sort of thing. It's sort of like a gambling thing. You gotta time it like perfectly, otherwise you don't really there. Like, it takes like a bit of practice, but you can get used to it. So what happens here is, like, this is now like a wall because you're trapped in here. So what you gotta do is you gotta be on the ladder and like go up into this, which is a bit hard. So, like, yeah. So you're gonna like, ah, man. Yeah, it's a bit difficult. Like, yeah, like that. So I'm gonna put a light here just so it wasn't too dark. Now you got the staircase that goes down, so it's sort of like, so I had more room when I was making this parkour. Now you just, I don't think I didn't have any of those like roof over your heads in this, because there's a lot of ladder parkour in this, and it just makes it a bit difficult anyways. I didn't want to make it too strenuous because the very end of this is actually a bit of a challenge. I'll show you that later. So from here, and then boom. Alright, so you get up here and you get another set of ladder parkour. So, yeah. So you get here, and then remember that roof earlier? Like, yeah, that is a roof thing, I guess you could consider it. That's like part of the parkour. Alright. So this, I actually made the jump without this second ladder once, but otherwise it's like really hard to do that. Because, like, even if you do make it, you ended up like sliding across a lot. So it's actually pretty difficult. Alright. So like I was saying earlier, the main part of this parkour is the very end. So you have to get through all of this just once in order to get a chance at this shot. So this is actually fairly difficult. What you gotta do, that's a minecart right there. What you gotta do is you gotta jump, and you gotta click on it, like that. Took a couple tries for me to get used to it. So usually what you're supposed to do is you just get to that one and then that one, and then, yeah. So it's a pretty difficult jump. I messed it up a lot, but now I'm pretty much used to it now. Alright, so then let's get to the actual map. I don't know why I show you the parkour, but I guess it's good to show you that just so that you can have an idea that it's not impossible, but it's just pretty much a bit difficult. Alright, so I had 2 floors. You might not have been able to tell from the screenshots because I'm not good at taking screenshots, as a lot of you mentioned. So yeah, this is the second floor, and then you got this big spire in the middle, and this is the oh wait, no, this is the first floor, and then this is the second floor, the one that I'm on right now. This is another one of the ghost spawns, and you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and show you all the spawns right now. There are 2 player spawns on the top floor, which is this one and one on the opposite corner. And then, what I did was I believe that I staggered them. Let me check. Yes, I did stagger them. All right, so on the opposite corners, from the top 2 spawns is one ghost spawn, and on the other side is another player spawn. What's nice about that ghost spawn is you're pretty much really far away from all the players, like all the ghost spawns, so you sort of have some time to go search for them and to have those other people spread out. So when I was building this, I had a bunch of glowstone on the ground, and then later after I finished all the walls, I figured out the lighting. So this is like the main lighting sort of design that I had. I would have like two stairs like that. Then I would have stone walls in the corner to make it look a bit circular. So that, like, draw a line from that to that. It's sort of like, how many sides was that? 1, 2, 2, 3. It would be sort of dodecagon, 12-sided polygon. If you drew lines from the bottoms of the these stairs to the corners, so it gives it more of a round shape, which is what I really liked in the design. And it also gave like these spaces, which gave the build a lot of character. I had these big lanterns sort of things, and I had in this main chamber, I had 4 on each corner. So, but what you're gonna notice is there's actually 5 down here, and that's because, like, I gave this building a bit of history. So what happened was there used to be one like right here, as you can see, this just random hanging thing, and then it fell all the way down and smashed through the ground. And then and what I did was I used coal in these just to represent that, like, that was the sort of material that was used. Even though in the build I had to use netherrack just to keep the fires. And what I was really wondering is, in the build, if, like, people would be able to just, like, get rid of the fire. And I was wondering if in the build the fire would still be able to be there, but instead be on coal blocks, but, like, lasts forever. And speaking of the fires, there could be Team Griefers, which they could do that, or the Ghost. That would be a legitimate strategy. Just get rid of all the lights and then just search for the name tags, hit them, run away, stuff like that. Stab would completely disorient players in this map, which is why I would sort of like either to like have the fire reappear after like 10 seconds or so, or just not be able to be turned off. Or Flamebow would actually be a good kit on this map. Can't believe I'm saying that. But otherwise, yeah. So I did have, like, other broken lanterns. One fell down, but it did not collapse. But this one did fall down, and it collapsed on itself, and, like, destroying the fire. And then there's the actual walls, which MC edit, thank you. Oh, these. Wait a second. Yes, DM Minecraft. I did have this, and I did have one downstairs, but I do thank you for all the things that you said, and thank you for showing me how to record. That was a great help. All right. Oh yeah, here's the other one. Here's the other one right here. So what you would be able to do is you just go up like this. Now you're on top of the walls, and as you notice, the build is actually sort of built into 3s. So let me show you with these different colored blocks. Even the walls are numbers of 3s. So you see how it's sort of like a 3x3 grid? That's really nice for if you get on top of the walls, because then jumping across the walls isn't too difficult. You're just able to like that. It's not too bad to get across the map on top of it. But I'm not really sure I like the fact that it's that easy, because you're, like, it would, but the thing is, you'd have to find the actual places. And then there are places that I really don't want you to find from on top. I guess I can show you one, and I think you did get a sneak peek of it over here. Sorry, caps lock was on, and I accidentally pressed that. Alright, so around the map, I put a little joke around. These things called great proverbs, and as you can see, I had 10 of them. This is number 4. So what I did was I sort of made them rhyme, and I just, like, had it relate to the area that they were in. Even in the darkest depths, the farthest in measure, you can sometimes find your greatest treasures. So what I did, the area around this is really dark, so if you were to wander in here, you would mostly be like, oh, no. So that was the goal. Like, people who only really want to discover and explore would actually be able to find this. I might make the lighting a bit less so that you can't see it from a top that easily, but otherwise, yeah. there are 10 of those. I'm not just gonna like say, oh yeah, there's totally 10, and then only make 9 and have you guys on a wild goose chase. And if you do, by any instance, find all 9 except for 1, then I will tell you where the last one is if you know which one you're missing, because I know it can be very tedious to try and find these. Did I? Yeah, I think I did. Yeah, sorry. When I was doing MC Edit, there was just a couple of things like, so this pattern on the end I like completely did, but then I couldn't add the slab because that would be like an extra block up. So what I had to do was just add that slab. There's not much there's not much diversity in the walls, which I actually kind of like. It gives a feeling of repeating and like you really don't know where you are. Because if there was like certain like landmarks, it would be really easy to just like find where you're trying to go, which is not what I wanted in this build. What I wanted in this build was to have like a lot of secrecy and a lot of question. And it really pulled this build together for me. I really like the feeling that I get when I run through this. And also, there's a bunch of lighting. Problems. So you can see this light usually makes like this this sort of like orangish color. I can show it better upstairs. Yeah, so you see this orange color, and then you see this whitish color in the light. That's a lighting glitch. I had a lot of these. There's another one over here. Yeah. And then there's these. I had a bunch of skylights just to add some extra light and some extra variation in the build. So that helped. But yeah, when I first started making this build, what I did was before I made this entire area, but then what I did was I made this one spire, just to like sort of give like a bit of variation, but I really did not know what I was going to be doing from here, so I just tried this. And I really like the look of it compared to the rest of the area. It is a bit of a landmark, but I don't mind because it's just one. And then from that, I sort of got the idea of spires, using that like dodecagon like sort of thing, this corner to this corner to this corner sort of thing. It gave it that would be more of a decagon though here. It gave it more of a circular shape, which is what I liked. So those could be considered landmarks, but I did have them a lot throughout this area. And then, like, when I did the lanterns on the outside, I did not do them underneath because on the second story, because it was just too short of an area. I sort of wanted this, like, short, like, small place, like this, and then this upper area that had just a completely different feel, like this big cavernous cave. And then I added the spires, I added these lanterns to just give it a lot of shape, which I really liked. So, yeah, that's pretty much most of this build. I thank you for watching, and I really thank DM Minecraft for showing me how to record and helping me out. Thanks a bunch, and I will look forward to all the commentary you will have on my build, and I thank for all constructive criticism you will give. Definitely, I do know that a lot of you had some issues with the, like, if it's finished or not, and I must agree with that. I should probably add some details, like, sort of change the walls up a bit, maybe like this, like these holes. I really am just trying to brainstorm right now what I could possibly do, but otherwise, yeah, this is just pretty much my build. And then, yeah, this main spire, this is pretty much just parkour. You can get to the top if you're a survivor with this. And this is to like defense against campers. I won't show you this parkour because you can figure that out for yourself. But otherwise, yeah, this is my build. If I am having trouble like figuring out how to get the actual world file and the schematic file onto the forum, but if you can help me out with that, that would be great. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. This is Mariah T.